Hey everybody, hope and pray that you're doing well. Today as we come to our word from the word. And today that word is end. End. Now this week, if you've been watching daily, we were talking about how to pray before the battle, during the battle, and today is not necessarily at the complete end, but as we see the end of the battle. It's almost really though at the point where the Israelites were ready to leave. They're ready to quit. They're really thinking that they must have misunderstood something. And a lot of this, you'll say, well, I don't read that in the passage, but can you imagine to come out the first day and say, Lord, what'd you have us to do? And he says, hey, Judah's going first. And you say, okay. So they go out, and out of the 400,000 soldiers that the Israelites have, they lose 22,000 of them. So then you find they come back. They ask again. He says, yes, go out after him again. They go out a second time, and another 18,000 are killed. So now that's 10% of the 400,000 are now dead. That brings us to our passage today. And I'm still just going to read one verse, and I pray you'd be reading this whole passage as always. But, just to look at it, to say, look, they finally come, excuse me, they come back to where the house of the Lord is, and they say, God, I mean, this is even, as it notes there, hey, where the Ark of the Covenant was, they were seeking the presence of God. God, are you sure? You can almost imagine the cries and the heartache that they felt, and the sincere prayers of asking God, are you sure this is what you want us to do? Are you sure this is where you would have us to be? And so here's what his response is today. Judges chapter 20, verse 28, and catches up, or let's go to verse 27. It says, so the children of Israel inquired of the Lord. The ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of my brother Benjamin, or shall I cease? You can kind of imagine they're saying, say cease, just say it's over, we can go home. And the Lord says, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into your hand. It's something I can almost imagine that as he heard go up and fight, that their heart probably sank just a little bit before he was able to finish the rest of his sentence. I imagine that they probably thought, oh, here we go again. And rightfully so, how many would think today might be the day that I don't get to come back and fight another day? There's times where the circumstances seem so overwhelming that we don't have the energy to face another day. We don't have the drive to face another day. But if we come to the Lord in prayer, even, I love the saying, when you get to the end of the rope, you'll find Jesus is there. He's the one holding you all the time. Or better yet, the one when you hit rock bottom, you find Jesus is the rock at the bottom. I think just thinking about that, the Lord was telling them, look, not only do you go back and fight again, but don't worry, because this time I'm going to have victory. Now, God had victory all along. And God already knew what he was going to do all along. The plans hadn't changed. He knew exactly what he was going to do. But because they came to him in prayer and didn't make that decision on their own, then they could be obedient to the will of the Lord. And they got to enjoy the blessings of the Lord and his provision and his deliverance of them, deliverance of the enemy into their hand. But I wonder, as we've been talking about our own personal battles this week, praying before, during, and here at the end, when you're just about ready to give up in whatever battle that you're facing, whatever you do, don't give up without going to the Lord. Don't just assume that you are defeated unless you talk to the Lord. Because the Lord may tell you something completely different, as he did with them. Said, you're not defeated. Oh, but your enemy is. Go out and fight this one more time. I'm going to deliver them into your hand. It may be somebody you've been witnessing to, maybe somebody you've been trying to take a stand in front of, standing up for your faith, and maybe you've done it time and time again and only suffered pain and loss each time. But you keep coming back to the Lord in prayer, keep doing what He calls you to do. And guess what? You may come to that day when He says, go again. Oh, but today we're going to have victory. What if that day is today? But how will we know if we never ask Him? And we ask Him when we spend time in prayer. God bless you, and I pray you have a great, great day.